Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't know why I'm doing this. By the way, hi, I'm back. How's it going? I'm going to play the Simpsons Skateboarding.
No!
Yes, my thoughts exactly, Homer. So, why this game? What urged me to revisit a game like this? Well, it's a skateboarding game for one, and I like those. And two, I was playing it the other day at my friend's house. Yes, I have friends. And turned out I was actually quite good at it. And I figured out a few tips and tricks. And it got me thinking, I might be able to play this all the way through. Now, I might be eating those words very soon, but I got the first few levels done pretty okay-ish. And in my practice run, which I'm going to call a practice run now, it wasn't meant to be a practice run, but I recorded this earlier and the audio was blown out, so I couldn't use it. But in my practice run, I got the first level done easily. I used Marge. Her base stats are okay, as you can see, but also she's got the largest hitbox because of her hair, which makes getting collectibles much easier. We're going to do the timed trick contest first, because there's something I want to show you guys. So, here's the target scores. I've got to get 20,000, which seems like a lot, but with this simple trick, it's a breeze. So you've essentially got unlimited grind, and I'll show you how, right? Any flat rail like this, as long as you keep jumping on the rail, your balance bar will never move, and this works for manuals as well. So as you can see, if I keep jumping with the manual, the balance bar will never move. And what you can do as well, there's no revert, but you can grind after an air trick. You can grind after an air trick. So as long as you keep jumping... Okay, so the game skipped, and that really threw me off. We're still going to do it, but yeah, look, you can do Sinky Fish into grind, and you don't have to revert like you would in Tony Hawk. Here's the thing. Having prior knowledge of Tony Hawk is to your detriment with this game. It doesn't make you better, it makes you worse. Because you have expectations because of Tony Hawk.
Indie grab. Wait till I tell Superintendent Chalmers.
And those expectations make you a worse player. As you can see, we smashed the score even though we bailed, right? I'm going to be today. Your balance for Marge is now 85 cents, is that? I'm not good with American money. But as you can see, with those easy tricks, the game's going to be a breeze, surely. Like, you've got infinite grind, infinite manual balance. Psh, this game's going to be easy, right? So we've done the timed trick contest. That's all that was. We got the high score. We're going to do skills school now. And this is just basically a tutorial. I'm going to just breeze through this. It's like, ollie 4 times. Do the tricks. Have a nice day. That's not one of them. So yeah, look, ollie 4 times. So we're just going to breeze through this. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but you do actually get cash for completing these challenges. So it's kind of mandatory, but kind of not.
This one is easy.
She's right, it is. So it gives you tricks to do, and you just do them. Boom.
That's
Mother would
easy. Now, I did try and play through this game before in the past, a long time ago.
I'll show you what to do.
That had to be about 10 years ago at this point. I got to Burns' mansion and then just stopped playing it because I didn't feel like punishing myself anymore. Also, the footage wasn't very usable, I found, so I kind of lost heart in that. But maybe this time it'll be different. Yippee! I wouldn't mind this so much, but there's so much bloody loading. Alright.
Here, try this.
Flips. Kickflip is on down and square, which is criminal. Light kickflip? Really? That counts. There we go. And last shove it.
Imagine that.
don't know what that late kickflip was all about. So this one's grinds. My favorite tricks. I said before that having prior knowledge to Tony Hawk is to your detriment in this, and yeah, it is. I've developed quite a few nasty habits with Tony Hawk. Like, I'll try and flip in between tricks, like especially grinds. And this game does not work like that. The flip animations are way too long, so you'll end up bailing most of the time. If I can do it, see, it's on and off, right?
Remedial at best.
I think the shove it is doable.
Mother would be proud. Oh, shove
The
it.
shove it is doable, actually. So you got to make sure that it's a shove it. If you do, like, you know, a 360 flip, it's not going to land. Kick flip is, I don't know.
Kick flip.
That could work. And that's too long too. So kickflip and kickflip and shove it down and left seem to be.
In the special class.
What the? Did you just hear what he said? Did you just hear what he said? You couldn't get away with saying that these days. Jeez Louise. But he's right. He's totally right. So last grind, we've dragged this out for long enough.
Mother would be proud.
I think this is the last one. I'm not sure. This one's timed, and it gives you like
Kick flip.
a list of them to do, as you can see. This is very similar to Trick Attack in Tony Hawk, the Tony Hawk series. I think Tony Hawk stole this.
Imagine that.
I don't know, actually. Don't quote me on that.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
As you can see, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 came out first. But even if it didn't, it's not gonna copy this game. Of course it didn't copy the Simpsons Skateboarding. But it's very similar to Trick Attack. You know what, if I can be bothered, I'll do some research after the fact. But I'm leaning towards Tony Hawk didn't steal that from this game. I mean, why would they? But yeah. We've done all the challenges. Now we can get to the real game. The objectives. So this is basically like Tony Hawk. There's no time limit or anything. Certain goals do have time limits, but they only start once you start the goal. And you'll get what I mean in a minute. Amongst these challenges that you're seeing on the screen, there are like collectibles as well, just strewn around the level that you can get. So here we are. The first level. An eyesore it is. An eyesore. And as you can see, straight off the bat, you can see there's an arrow at the top of the screen showing you where you need to go next. We're going to ignore that for this, for the time being. But it's a nice addition. So you don't have to guess, you know, trying to find stuff. It's kind of straightforward. We're going to do the skate letters, or the Skinner letters, first. And already you can see why we've picked Marge, because her hitbox makes it very easy to get these letters. If you're Lisa, you have to jump for these letters. And you waste a lot of time if you miss them. But it's pretty easy when you're Marge, even when you fall over. We've got skin at the moment. I don't know what the official way is to get speed, but I tend to jump a lot. That's what I do. It seems to work. Here is a collectible. This hairspray can. If I get that, you'll see in the top left corner, it's checked off one of the boxes there. I'll talk more about that when we get to it. We'll get Skinner out of the way first. And I was too good for that E. I was too good. I'm going too fast is the problem. I'm just gonna... There we go. Got the E. And the R is just down here. So... And I might seem like I know what I'm doing now, but I assure you I won't later on. It'll be as early as the next level where I'm just pulling my hair out. And now we're going to do the kids. If you just notice, we just run past Ralph there. And now it's just a case of following the arrow, but yes, without the arrow, you would literally just be up shit's creek. You'd be wandering around the level trying to find these kids, right? Don't take that out of context. It's part of the game. But no, thankfully, all we have to do is follow the arrow, and it's pretty straightforward. Just get close to them, and you don't even have to like run into them. You just need to get close to them. That's an old lady. That is not a child. That's an old lady. Yeah, she's in here. It's the other twin. Go. See, one remaining. It looked like I missed her then, but no, it counted, so that's good. And the next one, we'll be back in this car park later on. I'm bouncing all over the place here.
Is anyone there?
Is anyone there? There's actually voices from the original voice cast in this game, which is commendable. It is very commendable. They got like the actual writers as well, like the Simpsons writers, to do some jokes and stuff. But it's like the 2002 writers, so I don't know how much of a pro that is.
Your skating makes my eyes sad.
And there you go, we've done it. And my skating makes Ralph's eyes sad. This game makes my eyes sad. But I'm playing it, so...
Manual.
Oh, by the way, I just cut Willie off there. He's probably saying something amazingly funny, and I just cut him off. We're going to try and get this collectible. It's quite hard usually, but I've had a lot of practice. Just because of how many times I've had to re-record this. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the shops. The shopaholic task. So it doesn't tell you what you need to do here. You kind of have to guess. But once you get to the first shop, it's just a case of following the arrow again. So a lot of it is just following the arrow. And I don't know whether to be thankful of that, you know, because you don't really want to be wandering around in a game like this. You know, in a game like Tony Hawk, it's fun because the mechanics are fun. But this game controls like ass. Let's be fair. It's call a spade a spade. It doesn't control well. I don't know how I'm making it look. I don't know if I'm making it look easy, but it isn't. Right, and I don't know if it's obvious, but there was a cut there, just because there's just things that I need to cut out. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I will note, by the way, getting back to the game, that you can see at the top there, the timer has started counting down. That was the same for the kid mission too. Once you reach the first kind of like part of the objective just starts automatically and then the time starts counting down. Just thought I'd point that out if it wasn't immediately obvious. And that opens a secret area right there. Good stuff. We can look at our objectives in the pause menu and see what we've done and what we haven't. Collect all the items, which is the thing in the corner, the top left corner, which I still haven't explained. And find the clocks. I'll just explain the items for a second, because you can see in the top left corner there, it says easy with a bunch of check boxes. I believe the arrow does point to the collectibles, I think. If I just follow this arrow, it will just take me straight to the collectible. Once I get these 5 collectibles, once all of those boxes are checked off, it'll go to normal, and it will do a bunch more. And they're like a little bit harder, but I've got some tips and tricks to get the harder ones. There's no time limit. They're just there for you to collect. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 style. They're just there. They kind of act like the hidden tapes, but there's like multiple of them, and they do get pretty tricky to get. And there's the last one. Once I collect this though, you'll see now it says medium, not normal. It says medium, and there's 3 of them. And I think 2 of these are quite easy, and then like the last one is a little trickier. But we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Nice 50-50 grind.
And a 50 grind.
Slide.
Yeah, he says the trick that you've done like over and over and over again. And if you're like me, you're doing my strat and just grinding everywhere, he'll say 50-50 grind, 50-50 grind, 50 over and over again. Like, watch. Pretty funny.
50-50 grind. 50-50 grind. 50-50 grind. 50-50 grind.
It's pretty good.
Manual.
I'm gonna go just collect the rest of these. Here we go. Here's a tougher one. As you can see, it's up there. You're probably wondering, how the heck did you get up there in true Tony Hawk fashion? Well, pretty easy once you know. But first, here's something that'll help you out. Go to these like spinning little vortexes on the floor and press the start button. You can set start point right here. And that means, say if, I don't know, you're doing this challenge by, you know, getting onto this roof and somehow you mess it up, like I'm trying to do now, right? Like, say you drop down here or whatever, and saves you going all the way back up there to kind of retry it. You just start back at this reset point. And some of these are really helpful. They are really handy. We will get to utilize them. Don't you worry. Well, there's some light platforming here. There's a lot more where that came from. And yeah, we've got that. I think the items she's picking up here are hand vacs, like hand vacuum cleaners, like handheld vacuum cleaners. Yeah. Because, you know, Marge is a housewife. That's part of her character. She cleans. Cool. I'm not going to touch it. So we're on the hard ones now. Just brush right past that. We're on the hard items now. I'm just going to call them items. I don't know what else to call them. So this one's pretty easy. It's just there in the middle of the ramp where Skinner was. Well, one of the letters for Skinner. So we're going to go over here and we're just going to grab this. Whee! We got it. I think it's a handbag. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're collecting there. But this next one is a little involved, and it's a taste of things to come with this game. Let's see if we can go down this ramp. Woo! Well, you get like a camera angle. I've never been down there before. That's so silly. Oh yeah, we did the reset point. Right. I'm gonna save some time by going back to the restart point. So this hard item, I know where to get it. I know where it is, so I'll just save some time by going straight there. But it's a lot of rooftop hopping, which I'm failing miserably at. Because of course I am. Yep. It's just a case of hopping from roof to roof. And making sure you don't miss any of your jumps, like I almost just did. Oof, I did this on my first try last time. I'm not even joking. I could put the clip in if you don't mind bad audio. So here we go. And we're just going to grind on this rail. And we're just going to do the infinite grind trick by jumping over and over again. Got to utilize my own strats. Now there's actually a reset point here. So you can set that here. And that's like a little safety net. If I fall off, I can start back there if I restart. Everyone's talking over each other and it's mind flooding me. It's hard to commentate when there's so many voice lines going off at the same time. But yeah, you come over here. And they're very generous. They give you another one. They give you another little restart point. Which is, we're going to utilize every single one. Because the way this run's going, I think I might need them. You got to get enough height. Sound really exasperated. Got to get enough height off these ramps. And you got to get enough height to grind this. And there you go. We're on this roof now. I don't know if that's the intended way, but that's the way I'm doing it. And we're going to use this. We're going to utilize them all. Now it's a case of just grinding this rail, but you have to balance because you can't jump on this one because it's too curved. You'll just end up foot jumping off. Oh, it's being tricky. It's being really tricky. There we go. We did it. He said yippee. Yippee! Yippee fans everywhere are rejoicing.
Yippee!
So, as you can see, the top left there, the collectible objective has just become bored. We'll get that later. Right now, we're going to get these timers, these clocks. These are score challenges. You essentially get 30 seconds to get 1,000 points, which is extremely easy. I'm going to get it right now. Boom, we got it. She said yippee again. We're not going to spend any of our cash just yet, but we will after this level's done, because we're going to need it. The next timer is down here, I believe. Well, the arrow's pointed right there, so... No, it ain't. It ain't pointing there. It's pointing towards the board. So I'm just going to have to remember where they are. Here's the 60-second one. Am I one of the bad aliens?
Joy to behold.
How does he know? So, this is 2000. Easy enough. We got it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do this in a linear fashion because I actually can't find the third timer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the board. I'm just going to get the board and hopefully after that it will show me where the third timer is because I can't find it. So, we're going to go down here and get the board.
Slide.
I wanted to do this last. But it's just through here in that area we just... Well, we didn't just unlock it, but we did unlock it
Heel grab.
after we did the shopaholic task. Boom! We got the new board. Hurrah! Yippee! All pickups collected. All pickups collected? What are you talking about, all pickups collected? Find the clocks! Huh? What do you mean? So it's around here. Yeah, I just reviewed the footage. I don't know why I thought it was on the opposite side of the level, but there you go. I guess this game is starting to affect my brain. That's what happens when you play Simpsons Skateboarding. It's here! Nice of the game to put an arrow. So there you go. I'm glad that actually happened because now we know that it doesn't show you where everything is, right? So I think what I'm going to do is if I find one of those timers, I'm just going to do them straight away.
50 grind.
And now we are truly done with this level. As scrappy and as messy as that was, we are done. So what I'm going to do to finish this off is I'm going to allocate all of my cash to some stats. Why not? Nice! Look at that. Nice rounded out character. Obviously, I'm not putting any on grinds because, well, I don't need it. I've got infinite grind with my little exploit, you know. I'm going to go ahead and save this now. I'm exhausted. I hope this has been, like, entertaining at least a little bit, you know, or informative or something. It's been a bit of a nightmare for me, as Homer Simpson says woohoo in my ear. Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. But also I found this out as well in options. There's like a playlist. You go into like the ad and you can see all of the you can see all the level names. We don't want to spoilers. It's spoilers for like future levels that we're gonna venture into, and it's gonna be very fun? Question mark? Well, join me next time and we'll find out if it is. Spoilers, it won't be. But that's why we're here, to see me suffer. So yeah, Simpsons Skateboarding. Is it as bad as people say? Yes, yes it is. Just because I found a loophole and a way around the balance bar doesn't make this game automatically good. But it does take the sting out of its tail just a little bit. Makes it just a little more palatable, right? And maybe, just maybe, this trick will help me finally complete this game. But until then, I'll see you next time.